In May 1940, Europe was collapsing under the speed of the German blitzkrieg. British and French forces were surrounded and driven toward a small point on the map, Dunkirk. But here's the question. Why didn't the German army advance and end it? And why couldn't the German Air Force, the Luftwaffe, stop the Allied evacuation? Let's break it down. Just as German tanks were closing in, Adolf Hitler issued the now famous Halt Order. But this wasn't simple hesitation. There were several reasons behind it. First, German commanders feared a counterattack. The panzers had advanced extremely fast. Supply lines were stretched, and generals like von Rundstedt believed the tanks needed a pause to regroup. Second, the terrain around Dunkirk was swampy. Commanders thought tanks could get stuck and become easy targets. They preferred to wait for infantry to catch up. And third, Hermann Göring stepped in. He told Hitler confidently, "Leave Dunkirk to the Luftwaffe. We can destroy the British from the air." Hitler agreed, and the German tanks stopped. That pause gave Britain precious time. The evacuation, codenamed Operation Dynamo, began almost immediately. Hundreds of naval ships and civilian vessels raced across the channel. But there was still one threat: the Luftwaffe. Their mission was simple: crush the beaches and stop the evacuation. So why couldn't they? Clouds and fog rolled in for crucial days. German bombers struggled to find their targets. The Luftwaffe couldn't hit what it couldn't see. The RAF fought fiercely. British fighter pilots intercepted German bombers again and again. The RAF took heavy losses, but their resistance kept the evacuation alive. The Luftwaffe was overstretched. They were supporting ground troops deep inside France. Their aircraft were spread thin across multiple missions, not focused solely on Dunkirk. The evacuation was simply hard to stop. Hundreds of small civilian boats, tiny, fast, and everywhere, were nearly impossible for bombers to hit. Even when larger ships were sunk, the little boats kept coming. By June 4, 1940, over 338,000 Allied soldiers had escaped. Hitler's Halt Order, Göring's overconfidence, and the limits of the Luftwaffe combined to create what Churchill later called a miracle of deliverance. Dunkirk didn't win the war, but it ensured that Britain would fight on.